I hopped on.
Let's see. I don't know if I feel like there's such a delay. And then I don't know if you feel this way too, but like it's so awkward because it won't show I'm live and then but it's recording. So like on the playback, I'm like talking to myself. Anyway, if you're here, say hello. I still cannot see us. Oh, here we are. Okay, I think we're live. Yay! Hi, welcome everyone. If you guys don't know, which would be silly because she has like an enormous platform, this is Jessica from Paper Terrace.
Yay! I'm excited.
I know it's tagged. Obviously, if you're not following her, what are you doing with your internet life? But she's tagged, so you can follow her now. Let me see. I'm just going to see what everybody's saying.
Sitting. I was like, I'm gonna be laid back and cozy because you're usually sitting. So I'm trying a new view here. You can't really see my area, but I figure we're chatting, so it's fine.
Say that. By the way, hello everyone, and thank you, Trina. Trina's here helping because she's the bomb.com. Um, it's always funny because I watch all your lives. I mean, I'm mostly a lurker. I try to say like pop in, but I'm like the lurking queen. We talk about that all the time here. I'm like lurking and working, but I always laugh when you're like, "I know you can't see what I'm doing." I'm like, I have terrible vision, like certifiably blind. I talk about it all the time. Like I really have I always can see what you're doing.
Comes from me being a little self-conscious from people complaining that they can't see what I'm doing, and it's not my normal followers. It's just a few that are like they're like, "We cannot learn from what you're doing right now." And so I think sometimes I probably accidentally hold on to those comments, and that's why I address it that way.
Say it too, but like it makes me laugh because it's not the comment you commenting, it's like the people who comment. I'm like, "What can't you see? I have like serious visual problems and I can see. What do you mean you can't see?" But yeah, but I do it too because especially on Journal Talk Tuesdays, like everyone here knows, everybody's here all the time. Hi, Bree. Hi, Erica. Like I always journal this way, and to be honest, more and more, and I think maybe it's like a TikTok thing because I'm so used to being this way. I love consuming TikTok as a consumer, um, but this is how people journal, like not really tabletopy, and I love it. I I love it because like I can actually chat. Like I don't know if Rena's here, but one of my friends, Rena, she journals, and this is she'll chat, and then sometimes she'll be like, "Oh wait, got lost in my show," and then she comes back. Like for me, I would way rather see that than a tabletop.
Same, actually, yeah. It's just more personal and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, so everyone's here. We're excited you
Yes.
all are here. I did print out a couple of questions that you all left on. Mr. Thrifty Day has arrived. Thank you. Close the door, Esteban. I know. She'll bite you. My dog is there and she resource guards her bed. So I'm like, don't even touch her. She's a turkey. Hi,
Oh. Oh, that's so weird because, like, on my screen, I'm moving, but I don't know why. But we're just trying to send.
Madeline. You're not. I have two
Yeah.
screens.
Well, well oh, now it's kinda catching up, I think.
Anyway, yeah, so what we're going to do today is if anybody has questions, feel free to leave them. If not, I have a few that y'all left on Instagram. I actually haven't even read them. So we will look really quickly. And then I'm just going to be doing journaling while we talk. I'm going to see if Jessica has anything new and exciting she wants to talk about. I know she's been on TikTok more. So if raise your hand if you're a TikToker, and if you are not following Jessica, go over there because I know I've noticed she's been. Do you want to share? Are you like looking to expand on that platform?
Reading that some people are saying it's glitchy. She says, "You take turns freezing." Oh, we're going back and forth between freezing, but I don't think it's, like, my internet for sure, so it might just be the dual live stream. I don't know. I think maybe it is.
Okay, so I'll let you talk about TikTok.
I was reading that. Yes, I have been yeah, I guess we'll just go on and it'll whatever. I have definitely been trying to post on TikTok more. It's definitely like a bit of a different world over there. I think that I've been trying to post a bit more like casual, like behind the scenes type videos over there. So that's been pretty fun. And yeah, I like how laid back it is for sure.
TikTok is the wild, wild west because it's like uh, it's just like an unhinged place and no one I mean, people do edit. I edit, but like I don't think that's like
I like your videos though. It does make me feel like I get to know like what you're actually doing. I mean, you show it a lot, but yeah.
No, I just think I okay, and if we're talking about YouTube, because I do want to hear about how you started your YouTube. Um, like because I know we all kind of have like different I'm just journaling here, guys, and evidently I'm a total mess. But I did go to Urban Outfitters, like, who am I? Look at me. I'm like, I'm an influencer. I influence. Um, I I do think that it's a much better place to like connect and find community. Like you have to I guess it's just a little more organic. And that's fun. But I don't know. I still prefer YouTube over TikTok. I will say that. How do you feel so far?
I mean, YouTube is like a safe place for me. I know what to expect and it just seems much easier and more natural here.
I do love YouTube. Um, now, how did you first get on one of the questions, one of the very first, I mean, which means it was probably one of the last questions, but one of the first questions somebody asked is, how did you start YouTube? And what is one thing you wish you knew before you started YouTube?
Started I actually started by making like family vlogs. I was a stay-at-home mom and I had my son at home and we were doing all these adventures and I wanted to record them and I was like, "Oh, I guess YouTube's a good spot to just put these videos." And I noticed a lot of my family and friends liked watching them, so I started sharing them. And then it just slowly got into me filming what I was working on naturally at home, which was a lot of scrapbooking, which then turned into more of a crafty world. So,
Before you started? Or do you not, is there nothing? You're just happy with the experience?
you know what's funny is that I didn't know that you could actually make money from YouTube. I'm glad that I didn't know that though, because I fully went into it just for fun. There was no pressure. I was having fun like meeting friends and other people that liked the same kind of crafty things that I did. So I was glad for that part, but other than that, I don't really think there's anything that I wish I would have known. I don't know. It just yeah, I feel like I was trying to think if there was yeah, not really that I can think of actually.
Noticing I'm like I'm watching different screens and on my screen we're both totally normal. Is anybody else's? Is it like is yours glitchy, Jessica, on your end?
I'm confused about it too, but I don't the one the screen that I'm like logged into, it looks fine, but I see a bunch of people saying that it's pretty glitchy. So yeah, a lot of people are saying that. It's very glitchy. So,
It's bad. Okay. Should we move it over to TikTok? Because I know it's not like that there.
you just have to send me a link, I'm guessing? Well, you we can probably figure that out. I'll have my
Anybody, would everybody be okay with that if we just move Journal Talk Tuesday over to TikTok? Oh, you don't have. Some people don't have TikTok, but like if this isn't working though, like
so much. And I feel like we're doing an okay job at waiting for one to speak, so I don't really know if it's that, but we could just do that. I'm fine with that. Oh, I know a lot of people are saying no, but I mean, I don't know how it's fun to watch a glitchy.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It seems like a split vote, but I don't know. Like I'm watching here, and it's like I feel like the whole point is to be live together, and it's not like really happening.
To have like an actual conversation because no glitch for me. But a lot of people are having a glitch. Everyone go out and then come back and refresh it, they said. I mean, I guess we could give it another minute. I'm fine with whatever, but
Trying to say it just yeah, it pauses when we talk, and so it's hard because sometimes I'm not talking, so I'll just like move, and I feel like it like I'm all I feel like I have to be a mime. Hi, Nina. Well, okay, here's what we can do. We'll compromise. Maybe we'll do our best to do this for like the next 10 or so minutes. Is it glitchy for you, Steve? What you're saying is what I was going to recommend. Just go a little, I'll get a little glitchy. Like we want to be positive and positive. So it's just like what's best, you know. Esteban's trying to get his minute. If you all know, Esteban's here doing he's doing his soft shoe song. He's like, okay. Go a little bit longer and then TikTok and just say, hey, we like, okay. Only, you know. Yeah. Do you feel yeah. People? And then I go to TikTok. Okay. Maybe do about 10 or so. Okay. So here's the thing. I think we'll do about 10 or 15 more minutes trying to make it work here. Maybe it'll even out. Like, I don't know. And then if Jessica is on board, we can go live on TikTok. Maybe I'll stop moving too, and I'll do my journaling on TikTok maybe, and then I can just so that way you can stay as long as you want or not. But we'll compromise because here in the journal community, did you guys see my new shirt? We are all about compromise. So we're gonna do exactly. Trina's right. Hit the like button anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and Faylene said it's not that bad. Okay, thanks, Paula. Oh, Paula, girl, let me show you really quick. I forgot to use my sticker. I'm going to use it today. Okay, so let me ask Jessica a couple more questions, and then maybe it could be like the after party at in TikTok in like 10 minutes, and we'll actually just do journaling and chit chat. Okay. Oh, and yeah, I know. And that's why we're don't worry. So I'll say it now and then I'll say it again. We're gonna move over to TikTok. And I don't know why my phone is like overheating. What everything's falling apart today. It's not the vibe. Okay, so we'll be moving over to TikTok in about 10 minutes. I wish I could put like a banner or maybe Trina, can you leave like a message and then you can repin whatever I have pinned, Trina. Just right. The live will be headed over to TikTok in about 10 minutes. Okay. So Jessica, Foxy Fest asked on Instagram, tips on feeling confident in your pricing despite people saying otherwise. Ooh, that's hard.
took me a little bit of practice. I think that I had to go through a period of time where I was trying out different things. I would see what other people were charging, but that was even hard because when I first started, some people would be charging $300 or $400 for a junk journal, and then some people would be charging 15, like such a wide range. So I really had to I looked up all the formulas you could. I was keeping track of every minute and all of the supply money that I was putting into it. I was keeping track of everything. And I think over time I found what works for me, and then I through that, I just became confident and I don't compare or look at anyone's pricing now. I just know what works for me and my buyers, my customers, my lovely supporters. So I think it's just practice. I think you're going to go through a period of time of not feeling confident, for me at least.
Jessica said. And then also, and this isn't like advocating for underselling, but I do think there is something to be said for honing in on your craft and in your ability as an artist. Um, because I know I used a lot of the times where, whatever 10 years ago when I first started making journals, like they didn't look like what they look like now. So I think there's also something to be said for like that grace period where maybe you're not selling as crazy. Like you see some creators like Jessica will post something and like all of her followers go and buy it. But she's also been doing this for like 15 years or something. So like I think there's something to be said for like pouring into yourself and your as an artist, and like it's okay if like that degree of like ability kind of coincides with your pricing, in other words, just measure yourself grace all the time, like.
You there, and I was gonna say I try not to get too much into the underpricing because I think some people think that if their stuff is priced lower that it will sell better, but I don't really personally think that's it. There's a lot of work that goes into advertising and sharing your listings. Like you have to be the one to, at least in the beginning, sell all of your stuff and be the one that advertises. You can't just put them on Etsy. And so there's really a lot that goes into it and it might sound scary, but like once you're actually doing it, I don't think it's as intimidating.
This goes back to, you just have to do what feels right for you know okay, let me see. What oh well, that one's kind of hard. I'm trying to pick the questions that I think like people really want to know. um What do you do when you want to journal but have no specific story or memory to journal about?
I have all kinds of lovely bits of ephemera and things that I am always collecting. And so if I don't have a specific story, picture, or thing in mind, I will then just go to using things that I love and make it more of a creative layout. And I've actually been doing that a lot more and I find it really therapeutic. Yeah.
Actually, and something that I started doing is I have my junk planner, and this is what I journal in all the time. And it is just that. It's like junk. Like there's no memory. I mean, there is. I went to Urban Outfitters with Abby and I bought stuff for like to make charms as gifts. I oh, here it is. I bought these cupies. I don't know if you saw them. I bought some for me, and they're so, oh my god, they're so cute. I put them on my story. These were from my best friend's birthday party. They're like fake cigarette, the candy cigarettes. So like there's nothing, and this is from Paula. She sent me a t-shirt gift. Like they have stories, but they're not like, I mean, there's no like picture of me and Paula with me wearing the shirt. You know what I mean? So like for me, and I just stick it in totally random, willy-nilly. This is maybe from last year. This is from, there's no rhyme or reason. So I do that in my junk planner. That's what I call my junk planner. And I learned this tutorial from Rebecca Hoot, who I usually tag in the description box. I know she's not the first, probably, but she's who I saw first. So I like to give her credit because I started making these for myself, and I know a lot of other people are making them too. But yeah, I agree with that. Somebody asked, I just saw a big question. It was like in all caps, so it like caught my attention. Oh, is it hard to start, Jessica? Is it hard to start a YouTube channel?
Channel versus now, I know there are some differences. I don't think it's hard to start one. Um, yeah, I mean, you can start one and absolutely just start posting right away. If you are having expectations of getting followers and things like that, I think you just have to keep in mind that like don't have any expectations. Go into it for you and then it's easy.
I started my YouTube channel with like a tutorial, like I wanted to share tutorials, and then I think it just sort of morphed into like a whole bunch of other things. I still do a lot of tutorials, obviously, but same. I would just say don't. It's so hard because I know we always say don't look at numbers, and that is, we all do. Like so, I reject that when people say it. I'm like, stop it. We all do. Um, I guess I would say just reframe what the numbers mean. Like, I know sometimes people say, "Oh, well, I only have like 50 subs on YouTube. So like it's hard to stay like motivated to create. But then to that I would say, but if you had somebody come to your house, if you had 50 people come to your house and want to listen to you and hear what you had to say, you'd have a packed house. I don't care how big your house is. That's a lot of people. It's a big party. So I guess my thought process is we're all going to look at numbers, just reframe how you look at them so that you can stay motivated to create. Yeah. Okay. Lori said she changed her YouTube channel name to include other hobbies and crafts besides scrapbooking. She had 650 followers. She wonders if they'll stay. Well, how different were they, Lori? Are they like totally different niches? I think it'll depend on that. But I think it's always if you want to change, you should change. I mean, what do you think, Jessica?
It has to be about your true interests. I have a second channel actually that is I kind of it's like my catch-all channel, and I have changed it from bugs. I like to have pet bugs. I've changed it to plants. I've changed it to mukbangs, and I have that I just keep changing it. That's yeah. But here, obviously, I don't really change this much, but I totally would. I would change it to whatever I'm interested in.
Appreciate that because even if they leave, then that's okay because Lori, if they do leave, it's okay. You don't really want viewers there who aren't viewing. Like that to me, I would rather have 20 viewers as opposed to 1,000 non-viewers because the traction and like the engagement is so much more important than the overall number. And so if they leave, actually good, weed them out because you don't want a non-viewer there ruining your algorithm. I don't even know what that means. I know what an algorithm is, but they would like I know that in terms of social media, I used to have a blog, and so I like analytics were like a really big thing to get hired. If you, it didn't matter if you had like 100K viewers, if you didn't, if like the person with like 20K subscribers had better engagement, the bigger companies like Disney and Sony and they chose the smaller creators because to them you would have to send them screenshots back then of your engagement. They didn't care how many followers you had, but if you're engaged, like there were specific pages that you'd have to send to the PR people of your engagement. And if you had good engagement, you were considered hireable. They didn't care if you, because on Instagram back then people would just buy followers all the time. And so, yeah. So, Lori, I hope that answers your question, and I hope that helps. If you remain authentic to you, if you build it, they will come. Yeah. Somebody also, I just saw a question. I was like, oh, I want to ask that. I think it was, and I'll ask you, Jessica, what inspired you to start journaling, and like, what is your favorite type of journaling? Oh, wait, yeah. Well, we'll go to that one. So, what inspired you to start journaling?
About that. What inspired well, oh, I think just that I have always been someone that I love going back down memory lane with my life. And so I have had like a diary since I could write. And so I guess it kind of always started with I've always been journaling. I just like being able to look back, and then especially since I've had kids, it's just nice to see what I was doing a year ago or 5 years ago. I don't know if that really answered that, but yeah, just knowing that I can look back on different times in my life, I guess, through journaling.
Levi and Jen. What? Oh, they said we're both frozen. Okay, I think it's time to move it over to TikTok.
Like we can talk.
Yeah. Okay, friends. So unfortunately, we're gonna wrap up Journal Talk Tuesday here, but there is gonna be an after party over at TikTok. I will be sure to leave that link if you're watching on the playlist, so you can. I don't know that they have a like a save, but I'll do like a recap. I know you can post a recap on TikTok, and I will share that on my page. So Jessica and I are gonna figure this out. Head over to TikTok, and hopefully you find us. Okay, bye.